Yesterday, my family and I fired up our brick oven and we made some pizzas and some burnt Basque cheesecake. The food tasted absolutely amazing. We're getting closer to bake time. I've got some sourdough pizza dough ready, portioned out into individual sizes. We're going pretty basic today. I've got mozzarella, pepperoni, salami, some homemade marinara sauce. I like to drizzle honey on mine, and some jalapenos for those that want it. I've got the pizza peel out. I've got some cornmeal and my rolling pin. And then this is my temperature gun and some boxes to put them in. And just to give an update on the fire, this is what it looks like. It's getting nice and hot. The ceiling's hit 900, so I think we're just about ready to go. This is my 4th time baking in the oven, and every time I bake, I learn something new. So far, I've learned that the optimal preheat time is about an hour at least. This allows the oven to come up to temperature and also allows that heat to start sinking into the bricks and the heat sink below the oven. That long preheat allows the oven to keep its temperature for a lot longer. Yesterday, after we baked, I came out about 4 hours later and checked the temperature again, and the internal temperature was still 400 degrees on the floor, 450 on the floor, and 500 plus on the walls and ceiling. So that residual heat really gives me a lot of options when it comes to baking or cooking other foods. I was really glad to have my brother-in-law, Danny, here to help me out. But one thing I learned is that when you get distracted talking and catching up with each other, the pizza can burn just in a matter of seconds. So some of the pizzas we pulled out were a little on the dark side, but honestly, they still tasted pretty good. Another thing I'm learning about is temperature distribution. What I mean by that is, during the preheat, the oven dome might get up into the 800s or 900s, but the oven floor might still be around 500, 550. We can use that distribution in a really cool way. Like when a pizza's just about done, you can put it on the peel and raise it to the roof just to get that last extra crisp on the toppings. Then we get to the pizza itself, and I still have a lot to learn when it comes to making the perfect pizza. But one thing that I learned this time and that worked really well is using a dough that is lower in hydration. The dough I made today was about 65% hydration. And I think that lower level just helps it really cook nicely and get a nice crisp crust on it. Another lesson that I've learned has to do with where you start the fire. In the past, I tried to start it toward the back or on the side and not move it during baking. But I've found that what works a lot better is starting the fire right where the pizzas sit initially, right in the center of the oven, even towards the front. And then after that fire matures and gets big enough, you can push it off to the sides and keep feeding it. I'll still add sticks occasionally just to keep the flames and embers going. But having it start on the center and then move to the sides seems to work a lot better. Look at that pizza. Right now the oven's just a little too hot to put the cheesecake in. We've got a lot of embers, and the dome's still in the 700s, the floor is still in the 500s. This is what the cheesecake looked like before going into the oven. Perhaps the last lesson I learned was just to have more ready to bake. We had the pizza dough, and we made pizzas with that, and then we had this cheesecake, but I could have probably made 3 or 4 more things. The recipe I used for this cheesecake called for it to be in the oven for about 50 to 60 minutes. At 450 degrees, I came out within 15 minutes and the top was already pretty dark. So I improvised a little bit. I let the whole thing bake for about 30 minutes, and this is what it looked like. Yes, it's overbaked, and yes, it's a little dark, but honestly, it still tasted amazing. Overall, our pizza day was a huge success. We made pizza, we learned a lot of things along the way, and then we also made cheesecake for the first time, and I'm really excited to see what else we can make with the oven in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you feel like it, please subscribe and I'll keep posting videos. Have a great day.